Ça va vous autres? The Louisiana Creole word of the day is Ojòrdi. Ojòrdi. Now, Ojòrdi means today. You can also hear it as Ojòrdi or just simply Jordi. But what we're going to do Ojòrdi is use Ojòrdi as a study for how languages work. Because if you haven't already, you might certainly hear somebody that will refer to Creole of any sort as just broken French. And they'll do the same with Jamaican patois or any other Creole. And I'm gonna tell you how that's wrong. The first way that that's wrong is that's not how languages work. The fact that Ojòrdi comes from the French word aujourd'hui doesn't just make it a broken language or a borrowed word, because Ojòrdi itself comes from hodie in Latin. See, the same thing that the French did with the rest of the world, Latin, the Romans, did with France. So the reason why they speak the language that they speak, and the reason why it sounds the way it does, is because once upon a time they spoke Latin, just like how in Louisiana once upon a time we spoke French. We took that language and we made it our own, just like they did. But it don't stop there. You have Louisiana Creole as the child. Really, you got kind of every French Creole as the children of French. But then you have Latin as the grandfather. Well, just like most families, this grandfather had other children. These are uncles of Louisiana Creole. In Spanish, they took hodie and they used this word with their tongue and transformed it into oi. And also our uncle Portuguese, when he heard hodie, his tongue would only allow him to say hoje. But it don't stop there, because Uncle Portuguese had some children as well. In Cabo Verde, they say hoje, but they spell it like this. So languages work as families. There's no standard that you have to get to unless you are just directly trying to speak that language. But if that language was put on you, then you have every right to make it your own, kind of like how we do in AAE. In fact, the root word in language is langue. Et si tu parles français, tu le connais bien que langue, ça veut dire tongue en anglais. The reason why it's tongue as the root word in language is because your language is not just a collection of words, it's the way your tongue turns. This is why people from Brazil say huamachi for Walmart. This is why people in the US can't really say croissant. I'm not even gonna try it, croissant. This is why there are some words that only certain language speakers can say, because language is not just a collection of words, but it's your tongue. So when you take a language from across the ocean, bring it across the ocean, go back across the ocean and bring some more people back across the ocean, and you teach them that language that they have no familiarity with, what you think gonna happen? Well, that's it for today, y'all. Y'all be easy, and remember, learning Louisiana Creole does not just connect you to Louisiana, but the Creole speaking world. All of the Creole speaking world. Shalom.